In April of 1999, the world looked on in stunned disbelief as the horrors of a new Holocaust unfolded before their eyes. Women, children, the aged and handicapped, fleeing in terror from the onslaught of a merciless tyrant. Daily pictures of desperation, fear, destruction, and hopelessness made even the hardest heart weep with them. Kosovo became synonymous with tears, and many people that heard their heart cry felt compelled to do something. We also hoped and prayed for a way to help them in a personal way that would relieve their suffering and make them feel loved and cared for.
Supposed to be going to an Albanian enclave.
K4 from Kosovo, but they're the Albanian branch, and we have the shipment of the first 2 containers of humanitarian aid on our way into Kosovo now, and this is our little escort for these nice Italian soldiers.
The road from Durrës, Albania to Kosovo over the rugged mountains of northern Albania, also known as the Kuksi Trail, was already a difficult and treacherous drive before the war in the passage of hundreds and hundreds of NATO tanks, armored cars, and supply trucks during the NATO airstrikes. But now it is even worse. Roads that are impassable and covered with snow 3 to 5 months out of the year have now also become a milking ground for Albanian bandits that often work hand in hand with the local police to prey on unprotected and unsuspecting travelers and trucks transporting humanitarian aid. Even the trucks that arrive safely often require a bit of reorganization after surviving the trek to Kosovo. The scars on the road tell the tale of cluster bombing and anti-tank and anti-personnel mines, while the yellow ribbons that line much of the road and countryside warn and remind of the danger that still lurks beneath the ground.
Here we are in Mitrovica, Kosovo. We just arrived with our first 2 trucks of aid. The storage space that was supposedly arranged for us, we found out wasn't sufficient. And even though we've got our 2 trucks waiting, we're going to have to go out and find some more storage space. World Vision that are helping us with a warehouse to bring the containers. So we're going to get them now. This is with our UNICEF friends. God bless you. Let's go, guys. just finished about 3 hours of work, and you see the truck is about halfway down the first truck, but there's a curfew here at night at 12 o'clock, and so it's right now it's almost 11 o'clock, and so we're closing down. Tell them that people are sending their hearts to Kosovo. What should I do with this? Put it on the
Hold it.
This is the directors and the staff of World Vision that have been helping us to warehouse some of our things.
But I would like to know very accurately what kind of thing you are in your container. You will be with us to deliver what you want in this little village.
When you give something to them, they don't need charity, you know. When you give something, it's a present, but it's a gift for them, but be careful the way we give it.
Right. Yeah. And in the fourth village, it's 5 minutes from this one.
Oh.
It's really close from the last place.
Yeah.
We hadn't time yet to bring anything, so that's why it's interesting for us to go in this village.
Yeah, you
and
know
it's
that.
interesting for you because it's a whole village you can
I was
help.
just saying, since it's in the same one,
Yeah,
I
it's
know
in the
what's
same
going
way.
in another.
No, it's in the same way. It's
Okay, let's see, if there are 11 people in a
11
family.
people, two
can-
parents, one
yeah.
grandmother, 6 girls and 2 boys.
Yeah, okay. We can give 2 sleeping bags.
Hello. I'm so happy to be here. It's exciting to do this kind of work. It's something very different. Today I'm going to try out my French because we're going with the French-speaking soldiers.
Well, here's our friend, it's the Capitaine, right?
Bonjour.
These guys are really great. We really appreciate all their help. They've really helped us to reach a lot of people we could never reach any other way.
House burned, and they are living in the town, and they would like to back. We're in a little town outside of Mitrovica with about 50 families. All of the stuff is unloaded back here, and the rest of the team has gone to pick up the second truckload with the French K4. But right now we're taking a little time for a personal touch. We're giving them enough that will meet the needs of the people living here in these apartments.
And we also are cooperating with different organizations, humanitarian organizations, located here. You can see ACT and Mother Teresa, which they help us with transportation or help us where to find the needy people.
And as you see, they have plenty of food, but they're very thankful. They have clothes, camping equipment, gas stoves.
Ja, nej, och någon må catchen helvete med mir. Ja.
One of the apartments for whom we brought the aid, and as you see, they live in terrible conditions.
And that's...
We really appreciate your contribution. This is like, you know, God said from heaven at this very crucial time. And I have no words. I'm really very happy. And all I can say is much appreciation to you.
going to an Albanian enclave. Then
we brought here a lot of clothes and mattresses and a lot of humanitarian aid for them. And the guy that was with us said that they can't buy because they can't go out. And if they go out in other part of Kosovo, they have to be escorted by KFOR. And here we come, escorted by KFOR as well.
see how beautiful the surrounding is here, but how bad the road is.
With the passage of the first anniversary of the Serbian withdrawal from Kosovo, still less than 1% of the landmines left behind by them have been located and removed. These demining crews, which always have an ambulance on hand, have years of work ahead of them. But unsuspecting children and civilians often find the mines the deminers haven't found yet and carry the consequences with them for the rest of their lives.
So thank you one more time. My name, these
are newborns, right? You know, when did you know?
The greatest gift we can give another is the giving of ourselves. And the Kosovar children everywhere we went were some of the neediest. Kosovar families have a lot of children, and we found out early in the distribution that if we did something fun with them during the distribution, everything went better.
I'm a musician. I don't have great assets to contribute to the people, but I felt that if I could do something in a simple way of what I can contribute, I would like to do it. In other words, everybody has something that they can contribute, and this is what I can contribute in a personal way.
You're not really up to you. Really up to you.
We've booked the shows in Pristina, Đakovo, Peja, and in Mitrovica, which is one of the hot spots still in Kosovo. And we're trying to design these concerts for the young people so that they can get the message. The UN asked us to try to emphasize the theme of ethnic reintegration and tolerance, which is a very sensitive issue here.
Our security has finally arrived. Here is the French K4, which are in this area in Skandera and Drenica.
Eddie! How are you? Good? Okay.
The international rock band Silk and Steel, which is based out of Hungary, has been traveling in the Balkans for the last 3 years, doing benefit concerts to promote peace, understanding and reconciliation. The arrival of this aid shipment coincided exactly with a 10-day tour they were making in all the major cities in Kosovo, and Family Aid Project volunteers worked with them to combine the projects and make them a bigger success.
We were due to do a show in Peja today, but due to unexpected political unrest and demonstrations, we are instead performing for this extremely receptive audience of Italian soldiers.
I shall never forget this, and this is the best thing I have assisted to be organized in Mitrovica since the time I started working here. And I hope that you will understand that we need you and you will come again here.
The cultural center in Mitrovica was due to perform in Albania for a Memorial Day celebration of the first anniversary of the Serbian withdrawal from Kosovo and had no costumes for its 150 young girls until the arrival of school uniforms.
But anyway, so Parker Uniforms gave all these uniforms and they're here in Kosovo with the children. This is Colonel Germanetto, and he's the doctor with the French K4 here. And he's coming helping us to sort these things out and take some of these things out to the ambulant hospital. They're examining the medical supplies that we have here to see what should go to the polyclinic and what actually is just hospital materials. And so hopefully we're going to be taking it all to one or the other, and it's really needed. Medical bridges, right?
This is very good. Don't open it because you are instruments. You are instrument in it.
They're with the Moroccan hospital here in Mitrovica, and they have actually a really beautiful clinic.
This is, you know, to sleep in.
Men fläsk, ja det är fläsk. Fläsk med fläsk.
This family, during the war, 7 of them, they were wounded, especially this small one. I can show you how it looks.
This is not just another story about Kosovo, or humanitarian aid, or the suffering that man inflicts upon his fellow man. It's about the power that love gives each of us to do something more, to help make the world a better place. And the way that same power of love is magnified when we work together with others that are like-minded. It's about unselfish love, disinterested giving, perseverance in the face of obstacles and opposition, and the joy that such love brings to both the giver and the recipient. Many people contributed in many ways to make this possible, from the elementary school students that gathered food and toys, to the volunteers that collected, packed, and then distributed the aid, and the soldiers that drove and helped make the deliveries. It has been a team effort from beginning to end, and the credit and thanks from the thousands of Kosovar that were touched by it goes to everyone, big or small, that played a part.